speaker, the president of the UPS Foundation, Eduardo Martinez. The UPS Foundation leads the corporate citizenship initiatives for UPS. As president, Ed Martinez is responsible for the operations and management of its global philanthropic, employee engagement, and corporate relations programs. Mr. Martinez joined UPS in 1976 as a package handler in UPS's South Florida operation, where he subsequently entered the management ranks within operations and the industrial engineering functions. Martinez later held senior management positions in the areas of corporate accounting and finance, risk management, and acquisitions. In these capacities, he also served UPS's subsidiaries and international region. Born in Havana, Cuba, Martinez immigrated to the United States with his family in 1960. He has lived in Atlanta since 1992 with his wife and 3 children. He holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in accounting from the University of Miami, Florida, and a Juris Doctor degree from the Nova Southeastern University Law School. Mr. Martinez is a member of the American Bar Association and also a member of the Florida Bar and the Hispanic National Bar Association.
In a perfect world, everyone would be safe and communities would be strong. That's why the UPS Foundation's mission is to aid communities in need and build the resilience for the future through humanitarian relief efforts, with programs that ensure road safety, by protecting our environments through global reforestation, and by supporting diversity and inclusion so all people have a chance to thrive and prosper, all while relying on the power of UPSers who volunteer their time and talent. Every day, the UPS Foundation leverages the company's vast resources to help communities overcome challenges around the globe and right next door. We are determined to make a positive impact in everything we do, and with every dollar we invest. Our community investments average $100 million each year and are directed towards planting millions of trees, teaching drivers how to better navigate the roads, delivering hope to those affected by disaster, offering the chance for an education and economic opportunity, and ensuring that volunteering and giving back remains firmly rooted in our culture. The UPS Foundation taps into the strength and compassion of nearly 400,000 UPSers who serve over 220 countries and territories. Individuals who each year give nearly 2 million hours of their time and effort to help their local communities reach their goals. Whether we are helping nonprofit organizations serve the communities or leveraging UPS's transportation assets and logistics expertise to get relief supplies where they need to be in a time of crisis, or lending a hand to someone who needs a little help along the way. The UPS Foundation strives to create new possibilities and remains committed to doing more.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the UPS Foundation, Mr. Eduardo Martinez.
Thank you. Buenas noches. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor for me and the UPS team, which is here with me tonight, and UPSers throughout the world, to be able to share this historic night with all of you. You know, 30 years ago is either an eternity or a blip on life's radar screen, depending on your perspective. From my vantage point, Atlanta's Hispanic community has grown and advanced in what feels like a blink of an eye. Today, there are over 32,000 Hispanic-owned businesses in Georgia. And their growth has been phenomenal. These businesses are enriching this great city and state in all aspects of everyday life. Hispanics, we are leading companies across the entire spectrum of industry: food distribution, telecom, technology, construction, transportation, healthcare, just to name a few. And this chamber has played a pivotal role in this growth, promoting and supporting economic development, education, and bridging the Hispanic and non-Hispanic markets. So my first order of business tonight is to ask you to join me in thanking this chamber, your chamber, for its tireless work over the past 30 years and for the outstanding leadership of Tisha, Santiago, the board of directors and staff who continue to create opportunities for new entrepreneurs and growing business in our great state. Please join me. Thank you. You know, in the video, you saw examples of the global work of UPSers and the UPS Foundation helping to make communities safer and more resilient. And I'm very proud of the fact that over 400,000 UPSers from around the world embraced the notion that in order to have a strong business, you first have to have a safe and resilient community. We try to live up to this by combining strategic philanthropy with the volunteer power of UPSers. But tonight I'm here to talk business. We live at a fascinating time in a world that's just not only changing, but one that is being turned upside down. The term the social scientists use to describe this scale of transformation is disruption. The catalysts are, of course, new technologies, but they also include new ways of thinking and the global consumer who is driving this transformation. Old business models are being challenged by forces that we could not have anticipated only a few years ago. Cloud computing, big data, crowdsourcing, 3D printing, the omni-channel customer, and of course the continued globalization of commerce. There was a time when business worked hard to avoid disruption. Change was linear. Improvements, progress were incremental. Today, disruption is driving progress and opening new opportunities for those with vision, dedication, and courage to seize them. History has shown us that at times of great disruption are also times of great opportunity. We've been told over and over that we need to embrace change. Yes, I get that. I think we need to do more than that. I think we need to view disruption as a force for innovation and growth and as a force for good. For instance, acting globally is now an imperative. I'm sure you've heard that line before as well. We all acknowledge the new global landscape, but are you really taking action on this? Thinking globally is just not good enough. Just as many businesses have realized the value in diverse and inclusive workforces that reflect their local customer, the global marketplace requires the same strategy. If the world is now our customer, we must understand both the challenges and the opportunities associated with these new international markets. While the opportunities are boundless, we all agree, we must do our homework. We must make every effort to understand a wide range of cultures, consumer preferences, and even languages. At UPS, we've learned, sometimes the hard way, that every country, and often each region within a country, has unique characteristics that affect sales of our services. Many companies live up to regret the assumption that what works in the U.S. translates anywhere else in the world. But today, many companies are getting it right by leveraging technology, social networks, and listening to their stakeholders, their communities. You know, UPS moves 6% of the U.S. GDP and 2% of the world's GDP. Thank you. And that's because of all of you. So we have a good pulse on our global economic trends. But it doesn't take our engineers or sophisticated computer models to predict the future of commerce. The future of commerce is online. eMarketer recently predicted a 20% annual growth rate for global e-commerce with sales reaching $1.5 trillion this year. Growth is expected primarily from the rapidly expanding online and mobile user platforms in emerging markets. We're also witnessing dramatic shifts in economic balance of power. Roughly 1 billion people from developing countries are now entering the market for goods and services which they see on display in developed economies. And as more of the world's economic growth shifts to emerging economies and frontier markets like Myanmar, those of us in the developed economies must come to grips with a new reality. The U.S. no longer holds a birthright to innovation. That doesn't mean that the U.S. will be left behind, that fast growth countries such as Brazil, Mexico, Indonesia, and Nigeria will leave us in their wake. In fact, for U.S. manufacturers and business owners like many of you, this shift creates tremendous opportunity. But I think it's more than an opportunity. It's more than something you can choose to do or not do. It is a play for long-term sustainability. And one way to participate in this new marketplace is to export. But today, less than 1% of 30 million U.S. businesses export. And of those, 60% export to only one country. Although there are no statewide statistics here, we have no reason to believe that Georgia's Hispanic-owned businesses are exporting in any greater numbers. Maybe that's because of perceived risk or the sometimes frustrating and bureaucratic nature of global trade. But trade will create immense opportunities for the individuals and businesses that can capitalize on it. We've seen the ratio of trade to GDP, which is a gauge of economic activity among countries, increase from 39% in 1990 to 59% in 2011. That's pushed the total annual value of global trade today to in excess of $20 trillion. Some experts believe that this number will triple over the next generation. And the implications of this will be enormous for all of us. As a consumer, the world suddenly becomes your store, and as a business person, the world becomes your customer. So I encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity that exporting can bring to your business and your brand and to your community. You know, despite the mega forces of technology, despite the innovation that is rocking our world and the emergence of these new bright economies, there's still one constant in the business equation. And it's a very reassuring one. It's our people, who we rely on every day to help us navigate this brave new world. It's me, it's you, it's all of us. I've seen how the philosophy of investing, not only in your business, but also in our people and our communities, has been critical to the success of UPS. Our people are unquestionably the reason why UPS is a Fortune 50 company and the largest transportation and logistics company on the planet. Yeah. So I also encourage you, thank you. So I also encourage that when you are considering investments in your business, make equally significant investment in your people. They are the ones who will help you reach new heights in our new global economy. They are the ones who will discover the opportunities right for your business and for your customers. They will help you deal with the disruption and the promises of these new opportunities along with the new challenges. Once again, it has been an honor for me and my wife Ileana to spend this time with you tonight. And let me say again, congratulations to the Georgia Hispanic Chamber on this milestone event, and to each of you for your achievements and contributions to this wonderful story our community is writing. Muchísimas gracias. y que tengan buena noche.